So, hey everybody, Louise Eddington here, Cosmic Owl, and I'm about to go and dive into doing some looking at the charts of Harris and Trump again and the politics. I'm also going to do a video about the upcoming Milton hurricane because I've just noticed some things about that. But before I do, I'm actually going to address a couple of things that I've been meaning to do for a while. And Erica and I are back tomorrow, by the way, Erica Robinson with charts and cards in black and white. Um, and it's the question of whether people like me should talk about politics and should talk about the world out there. Well, look at this. I'm a human. I have daughters whose rights are being taken away in this country. I've always been a political beast and being. And to my mind, the personal is the political, and the astrology speaks to me about what's going on in that world as well. So I'm going to read you a couple of lovely reviews people decided to give me on iTunes. So thank you. So 1 star. This is from somebody called Puts, Puts. Way too political, she says. Destroys what I thought was, let me say, destroys what I thought was the basic idea. I don't know, idea of what. Sorry. So, firstly, I consider myself apolitical. Uh, right, sure, yeah. Politics affects everything. Who you vote for affects everything, affects your life, affects my life, affects my children's lives, affects, the marginalized people who I support, affects their lives. But okay, apolitical. Meh, up to you. Your choice. My podcast. I try not to swim in those murky and toxic waters. Well, you do because you live in them every day. I've listened and like the astrological updates and tarot meanings, vibrations, but I'm listening today. That was July the 3rd. It's all about how evil Trump is. He called the Antichrist. Well, actually, that was my podcast partner that called Trump that. I don't use that word, but it's up to her. She's a human being. She has her own opinions. He's not a good person. His chart shows that, his actions show that. Anyway, she says, give me a break. I can find astro and tarot support for Biden being the Antichrist. Yep, of course you can. It's all confirmation bias. Both host and guest have a US ultra leftist perspective and are finding ways to confirm their beliefs. Actually, no, we're not. The astrology tells me clearly who these people are and which direction we are headed in. So they are so certain they are right. Well, if you don't like our conclusions, that's okay. You go follow somebody that fits your beliefs. Um, I think of such closed-minded views as the basis of fascist ideology. Okay, all right. Yeah, that's kind of funny, really, with somebody who's actually kind of promoting fascist ideology, already. Blah, blah, blah. So anyway, she goes on and on. I've lost a lot of regard for this podcast. Well, that's all right. I'm not for everybody. And you can take yourself out and go and listen for somebody else. No, I will stick to what I feel called to talk about, right? Okay, so, years ago, I promulgated with a lot of Astro and Tarot support that Obama was the Antichrist and laid out good arguments as to why. Now she's not apolitical, you see. So, okay. So yeah, all of these blah, blah, blah with all these people. I'm wise enough to now to appreciate my own bias. I've never hidden my bias. I am left leaning. I am not ultra left. I am left leaning. What you call ultra left, I just care about people and I want a more equitable and fair society. And I want people to have their bodily human health rights. Okay. So, yes, I have a bias and I've never hidden it. Okay. So anyway, I grew and learned there's no place, but I'm wise in whatever. Yeah. I hope the podcast and its guests can grow in their perspectives. I know the accusation is people on the right are haters. I live in uber left San Francisco, here where 90% of the population are far left Democrats, not far left. I find a lot of hate and intolerance. I found I'm confronted by uber leftists to agree with them or get hate. I cannot voice any disagreement or propose discussion. Here's where, she's not apolitical. The so-called majority far left Democrats are filled with hate for anyone who disagrees. These are the ones who form the basis of those describing those they disagree with Antichrist. Bad stuff. I don't I don't think, people who vote on the right are antichrists at all. But I think they're really badly mistaken following this person who is promoting fascist ideology. But that's my point of view, and I'm entitled to my point of view, and I will be open about my politics because it's my voice, my podcast, and I'm too old to be told what I can and cannot talk about. So just take yourself out in future. Somebody else, please do your show like a professional. So disappointed in you. Apparently, we laughed at someone, or my guest did, which is, I presume, my lovely friend, who I absolutely adore. So Erica Robinson, we laughed at somebody. So, well, then don't listen. Don't watch it. I do plenty of other videos. Then another one star spreading hate, apparently. I listened to your show because I loved your astrology. I did not listen to hear politics. This is disturbing. And all you're doing is spreading hate towards one another. I'm not following your show because I want to hear weekly astrology, not your I am, I presume she means I'm following, not your political opinion. Well, then don't follow my show. That's all you have to do. Just don't follow. There's plenty of shows I do not follow that I do not like their views, and that's their right to express them. Free speech. My post, I'm 65 in December. Do you think I worry about what you think about my politics anymore? And I back it up with the astrology anyway. So have fun with that. And if you don't like my um, opinions, my views, who I vote for, then that's okay. Just go listen to somebody else. If you like my astrology and don't like my views, then just shut out the views, and I will use my voice, whatever platform I have, to say that if you do not vote for the only viable candidate in this election, then you do not support marginalized people, you do not support women's rights, you do not support my daughters, you do not support democracy. That's my views. But it's your vote. Peace.